Anyway, I'm going to talk about my spiritual experiences, but before I do that, I really value the scientific method. And with the scientific method, let's say I come up with an idea, and I say under a certain circumstance, we do this thing and we get this result. And somebody in Brazil comes up with the same, copies me. And of course, he wants to prove me wrong. So if the other intellectual thinker or inventor or scientist wants to prove me wrong, of course, it's a little credit to him that if I'm a renowned or famous person, or even if I'm not, and it seems like a great breakthrough, like cold fusion, that when he proves you wrong, he gets certain credit. If he proves you right, and he's an established person far away, he's a competitor for ideas, then then we've got something. We can build something. Now, the reason I mention it is because there's so many religions, and so much superstition, and so much philosophy, and so many different things that people hear. And how are you going to build your life? What can you build your life around if you're building things around that might be? And they might sound great, like the world is flat. I met somebody here. She said, "Do you really believe that the world is round?" I said, "Yeah, I believe it." But she wasn't sure. She was checking with me if I believed it. So even today, we have people living here that don't believe we went to the moon, don't believe the world is round. And the scientific method gives us something solid. Because we may hear lots of things that sound good. You read on Facebook, you read these different little quotes, and sometimes they sound good. But you think about it a little bit, they're really not. Something simple is often, so simple that, there's things, life's more complicated than that. So you hear lots of things that sound good. So I'm just leaving that there on the table, the value of the scientific method. But today I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about spiritual experiences, and I'm going to talk about my spiritual experiences. And what is a spiritual experience? Well, sometimes a woman in childbirth, she says that changes her forever. She has the baby, and if something happens to her, and she's different. And then you talk to a person, they say, "I'm a born-again Christian. Now I'm different forever." Or another person goes to the top of the mountain for 10 days. Or other person fasts, does not eat, and has a spiritual experience. The Buddhists, the central idea between Buddhism isn't God. It's enlightenment and growing something inside of yourself, right? So we have these attitude changing and life changing and perspective changing that changes people's lives. Is it scientifically provable? Is it part of the scientific method? No. But it's a powerful thing. And when somebody has an experience like this, I have, other people have, and maybe they don't even know it, right? They don't even know it because maybe there's not words. Maybe there's the five senses. We got the five senses, right? Maybe it's outside of the five senses, so we can't describe it very well. So maybe we don't tell our family and friends, but it's changed us.